In the heart of a bustling city, where the cacophony of life often drowned out the subtler notes of existence, an old street musician took his place each evening in the park. His weathered hands coaxed melodies from a violin that had seen better days, its wood polished by years of passionate playing, each scratch and dent telling a story of its own. The man, with a face etched by time and experiences, poured his soul into every note, weaving tales of love, loss, and longing through the strings. Yet, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the park, the world around him remained largely indifferent. People hurried past, their minds consumed by the rush of daily life. Some would glance at him, perhaps out of curiosity, but quickly turned their attention back to their phones or conversations. Children laughed and played, couples strolled hand in hand, and the old musician's music floated away, unheard by most. It was a familiar scene, one that had played out countless times, yet the musician remained undeterred. He played on, believing in the power of his art, even if it seemed to vanish into the ether. One fateful evening, as twilight wrapped the park in a soft embrace, a small child wandered away from the laughter of his friends. He sat on a nearby bench, tears streaming down his cheeks, his tiny frame trembling with unexpressed sorrow. The world around him was a blur, and he felt utterly alone in his distress. But then, the old musician began to play a gentle, haunting melody, one that seemed to resonate with the very essence of the child's heartache. The notes floated through the air, wrapping around the boy like a warm blanket, slowly soothing his cries. As the music enveloped him, the child's sobs subsided, replaced by a sense of calm he had not known moments before. He listened intently, allowing the melody to wash over him, each note a balm for his wounded spirit. In that moment, the old musician became a silent hero, a beacon of solace in a world that felt overwhelmingly harsh. The child didn't know the musician's name, nor did he understand the struggles that had shaped the man's life, but he felt an undeniable connection to the music, a lifeline thrown to him in his moment of need. Years passed, and the child grew into a remarkable young man, his heart forever touched by that fleeting encounter. He pursued music with fervor, his passion ignited by the memory of that night in the park. He practiced tirelessly, honing his craft until he became a renowned musician, celebrated for his ability to evoke deep emotions through his performances. Yet, as he stood on stage before a vast audience, ready to share his gift with the world, he felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. Pausing before he played his first note, he addressed the crowd, his voice steady yet filled with emotion. "There was once a street musician whose music changed my life. I never knew his name, but I will never forget the song he played." The audience fell silent, captivated by his words, unaware of the profound impact the old musician had made on this young man's journey. In the back of the auditorium, the retired street musician sat quietly, his heart swelling with pride and nostalgia. He wiped away a tear, realizing that his seemingly small actions had rippled through time, touching lives in ways he could never have imagined. The world may not have recognized him then, but in that moment, he understood that even the quietest notes could create a symphony of change. The silent hero had played his part, and his legacy lived on in the heart of a child who had once needed him most.